Alright guys, so it's a little later in the day from the last video, but same day. I had some meetings I had to go to in Shawneman, and our wind is picking up a little bit. It's still supposed to be blowing about 23 kilometers, gusting 30. Typically you don't want to be out in a lot of wind with this machine, but I looked at the long range forecast and all I see is 70s and 80 kilometer winds coming, so we're going to make hay while the sun is shining. Basically we're going to go edging while there's just a little bit of wind. So let's hop in this beast and let's get rocking. I had to put my monitor in right here. Tied everything all up all nice. Fence are actually pretty awesome for that. Alright, gonna let this tractor warm up a little bit here. Alright. Let's get rocking. Hopefully no one's coming. We're good. Now, we're not going too far. Thank goodness. Oh, hold on here. Had to shift gears. There we go. Alright guys, I'll see you at the field. How's that, eh? I said, hey. That pretty much tells you I'm truly Canadian. Alright, we're gonna roll into the field here. And we got a bit of a procedure to put this thing in field mode. And I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now granted, this isn't the type of unit. This is a homemade unit, basically. If you watch you really pretty much have to watch the previous video. So if you're tuning into this video for the first time, don't watch it. You're not going to understand. You're not going to understand a freaking thing of what's going on, okay? Go back to the other video where it says whatever it might say about the edging, preparing, whatever it might be. Watch that video first, then watch this one. And you're gonna feel like you're actually a part of it, and you're actually gonna know what the crap is going on. Just gonna wait for you guys to do that. Okay. All right. Those people have now left the room, and so now I'm gonna talk to you as if you watched that last video. All right. So we've stopped. We're parked, and we just have to go and make sure our chain is in its proper place here. Yeah, it is. Okay, so sometimes this chain will get under here like that, and that's very bad because it'll hang up there. So it was fine. It's up on top here, and we actually have to back this thing up to get it to go out. Okay, I'm gonna do that. All right, so it's best to drive a little ways into the field. Now we're gonna back up. Hold on, I'm gonna open this up for you guys so you don't have to look at lines the whole time. There we go. Kind of want to turn it so that way you can get one of these wings to go out. It's kind of like a harrow. It used to be a harrow. You would know that. You watched the last video. There it goes. Remember those transport wheels, those two wheels that are on the end of each one of those are actually on a bit of an angle, so it wants to go out. And that's why when you're driving down the road, they're going like this. The back end's actually pointed in. It's just because due to the angle of those transport wheels. See how they're angled? They're angled? Mike, yeah, we get it. Okay. Just wanted to point it out. Don't bite my head off. Mike, is this your first time backing up? Like, holy crap. Look I'm trying to point stuff out, talk to you guys, listen to this beeper, and talk to myself all at the same time. Okay? You want to do it so they both go out together. And just like that. You want to go so dipped in just a bit. Awesome. And then you stop. Then you run out. Then you gotta take your cables. I'm gonna unwrap the cable and I'm gonna hook it to the end, okay? Okay, now once you got your cables, just gonna pull these. There it is. Then this, with one hand, just goes in here. And if I had more hands, I can't do this. I gotta put this darn camera down. Just like that. Mike, your tire looks bad. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about the little things in life. Okay. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to pull it forward and put some tension on this cable. Then we're going to lower it down and do up our chain on the back. I'll explain that in a second. So yeah, we'll go do that right now. Going forward. Okay, that one's just going to skid. Don't worry, it's not hurting it. There. Now we're going to stop. Apply our park brake. So now I'm going to lower this down. There it is. Apparently I don't have a lot of hydraulic pressure. And just before all the pressure comes off those wheels, I think I'm going to stop it, and then we'll do up that chain. Right there. Ooh, right there. Okay, I'm going to meet you back there. We got a little tension on the cable. That's what we like to see. Going to grab my boomer. It's not a boomer, actually. It's a snipe. It's for my boomer. Going to huck that through there. We're going to crawl through here. I'm going to just do up this chain. Mike, please explain to me what this chain is. Well, I told you in the last video that with all the harrows and the packers being off this thing, there's no drag. So just imagine me putting this thing down. These booms are going to be floppy chickens back here. I'm going to stop and they're going to go woo, smash into the tractor. I'm going to go down the hill, they're going to go woo, out of control, right? Well, I did some fancy dancy. It's not actually fancy or anything. And I made a bit of a truss system, and I just put this chain over here, tighten it up, and that'll keep the boom from moving very much. So I'm going to boomer this up. Everything's done. My wheel's down. That's strapped. So now we need to make sure that I got the right gears on to make sure that we have the right rate. So I'm just going to climb up here. This used to be white, but the edge actually makes this yellow. So we want, I think we want medium, ultra low. I think we want this one right here. Yes. Edge. Where's the other edge? Down here. So depending on what rate you want, how many pounds you want, is the different gears and sprockets that you need to move. So let's see what we have on right now. Okay, so what we have, this is what you got to count up. So we got, it normally tells you, we got a 19, you guys can't see that. See if I can get in on this. See that? There's a 19, and what's the other one? 27, right here. So we got a 1927 in place. I'm gonna put this back in, I don't know why I took that out. And then we're in B. So you have AB, which means we can put down just a little bit more by just sliding this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's just go up here again. It's been a while since I've done this. We're here. We got the 19 small and the 27 big, and we're putting down edge. See that? And I must have been putting down at about 18, 19 because I was 19 because I was in B. That would make sense. And I was, no, maybe I was in number 7 or number 8. I don't remember what down there. Remember those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Here it is. Then you have an A or B in each one of those. So that means I put this on at a spring applied. That would make sense. Spring apply, you don't put as much on. Fall apply, I'm going to put a lot more on. So I think I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to put these sprockets in. I'm gonna go for 21.2 pounds, which means we are in column number 2B. So 2B, and we gotta change our sprockets. Oh, how am I gonna jump off here? Okay, I'm gonna jump off here, one second. Okay. So we're gonna rotate this thing back to 2. There we go. Right there. This is the icon, goes to 2. And I think I said a B, right? So we're gonna leave this here in B. And I gotta change these sprockets to these sprockets. We simply just pull these off. Put that there. Pull this one off. Put that one there. This one goes here. And this one goes here. I can hear they're trying to get a hold of me on the radio. Do you guys hear that? I should really go and answer that. There's something to the extent I've texted Mike and he won't get back to me. And this is just throw these up here. It's just to hold our spares. Done. Now we're set for 21.2 pounds. I gotta go check these. I gotta go check this radio. Okay, so I dealt with that. So we're done here. I'm gonna close this lid. And we're gonna do a prime test. Make sure all of our runs are running. Okay, I turned my fan on. The alarm's beeping because it either tells you have too much fan or not enough. So we're about to go out there. We're gonna just check. My guess is too much. Yeah, it sounds pretty loud. Oh yeah. Okay. There's air coming out of here. You just want to check them. Yeah. Everything seems to be good. Second here. Oh yeah, we got a lot of wind. It's like a vacuum. So the air comes in here, blows it out. So you put your finger down there, it's like just blowing it in. Okay, we're going to back this fan down a little bit. Let's see if I turned our alarm off. Seemed to back it down quite a bit. Our alarm is off. So now, you know what I should do? I should just use the hydraulics. Can I up this a little bit, I wonder? No, I'm going to go kick the fan up and then I'll just back the hydraulics down until that turns off, okay? Go, I backed it down to about 12.5. The fan went off. If I just up it a little bit, 13. I wanted to run just underneath the alarm. Oh, alarm came on. 13. Good enough. Okay guys, we're ready to go. Let's go edging. It's actually too windy to be edging, to be quite honest with you. But I guess it is what it is, so yeah. As we get going, when you're edging, one of the most important things to watch is, you guys can't see it here, right between here and here, there's 2 chains. Here, I'll show you. These 2 chains, see them? You want to make sure that they're always moving, right? If they're not moving, sometimes maybe this chain popped off or this chain popped off or something in here popped off or whatever it might be, and it will just tell you that you're edging, but you're not edging. You know what I mean? Those are your electric clutches in there, so it's important to make sure those chains are moving all the time. Sometimes I'll paint them, so that way I can see the paint going around. Anyway, you guys got it. All right, here we go, guys. Just gonna open this up for a second. See the booms are turning yellow there? From the edge of dust. Kind of hard to tell right now, but you can see it coming out sometimes. Oh, it's getting too dusty. I gotta close my window. How about that, guys? It's just getting too dusty. See how my cable gets a little floppy sometimes? It said cable, you guys. Get your minds out of the gutter here. Alright. I actually tightened up on the cable out there. I put on that chain, put one more link on it, tightened it up a little bit. So now it's a little loosey-goosey. These lines in the window are kind of hard to work with. And we're edging. You really can't see it come out. You can if you're really looking closely, but I don't think you guys will make it out. Pretty quiet in here, eh? Tractor's only running around 1200 and some RPMs. I'm in TMS mode, which means that it tells the engine how many RPMs it's looking for. You can see a little bit of dust coming from them. It's really hard to tell for you guys, I get that. And I'm doing about 10 miles an hour. Where it's smooth, obviously you have to slow down sometimes when it gets really rough, but beautiful day. You know, I don't think I'm too hard to please. Anytime I get to drive a tractor, I'm pretty happy because I just love it. And you know what? It's not all about operating equipment. When you're farming, farmers have such a passion for the land. Like for example, I would rather see that land. Like I care about the micronutrients. I care about that land and soil so much that sometimes I forget that I'm actually supposed to make money off that stuff. Like I'll put so much into it and be like, okay, we gotta do this. Okay, we gotta do that. Oh man, we should do this for it. Oh man, we should do this. And at the end of the day, it's like, holy crap, Mike, you actually just, you know, you're supposed to make a buck if you can, or someone else is gonna be looking after that land. So you gotta be careful there. But anyway, I have such a passion for the land, for the soil, for farming. Also, operating equipment is also fun as well. We're basically, I always just say that, you know what? We never really grew up. We're just big kids that get to go to work every day, and our sandbox got a little bit bigger, that's all. And I don't consider going to work. I got the opportunity to go farming, and I wake up every morning and I get to go farming, so I'm pretty happy about that. Obviously, you get some days where you're skimming chickpea bins, moldy, rotten stuff. That's not the most enjoyable job in the world. But I still love it, though. I still love it. Hard to see those chains in there, isn't it? Yeah. So in saying that, I think I'm just going to sit back, stop the camera and the videoing, and I think I'm just going to enjoy myself. Take it in. Listen to some tunes and think about farming. We're starting to lose our sun, guys. We get a lot of beautiful sunsets around here. Our provincial motto is actually land of the living skies. So they're either getting lit up by lightning or they got some pretty cool sunsets. I got a long ways to go to get this puppy out. So I'm sure it'll be about dark by the time I finish. See how the boom is turning yellow now because of the dust off each one of those little openers, I'll call them, or whatnot. So then when you park this thing and it rains, you definitely don't want to be on grass or something. And all that stuff runs off. And just like that, it's getting dark. Whoops, whoa, whoa, easy there, sorry about that. Just about done the field. So I know you guys probably have some other questions like, Mike, what was wrong with the 720 CD problem? Well, believe it or not, I believe, this is what I was told, that the fan was actually on backwards. So every time the fan kicked in, it just didn't draw any air. And that's the reason. Can't remember if I told you that in another video or not. But now you know again. And just like that, we're done. My approach is up here somewhere. But I'm just going to stop here and I'll show you what we got to do, okay? Okay, so what you don't want to do is you don't want to lift this thing up, because if you lift it up, it's going to put too much tension on that chain and it's going to break it right off of there. So we're going to go and undo our cables, pop that chain like just the boomer. Let me show you. Let me show you. And we got to be quick at this. Oh, I should shut my hydraulic off. We gotta be quick at this because Ashton just texted me and said that supper is about ready. And that's serious. Woo! You gotta be careful with those things. Since they over center, they can come with a lot of force, and if it gets you in the jaw, it's gonna suck to be your jaw. See a little bit of yellow? You can spell your name in it if you want to. Be like, hi. We gotta lift our wheel. Oh yeah, I'm getting distracted here. Pop this pin out. Don't do that. Don't lose it. And then we gotta roll up the cable. Okay, I gotta let you go. I gotta get this done. Whew. All right, so I got the cables all wrapped up on both sides. Tarp strapped down. I got my wheel picked up, got the boomer undone, I did that first, so we're ready for transport. Close my door, there we go. Now I just lift it up. Like that. Then I just go forward. Just like that, you guys. It's pretty much edging 101 right there. I think tomorrow I'll probably come back out. We'll just keep dumping out some more loads. I should change this. Here we go. Maybe even a little more, 34.2. I switched this to dark mode. I always forget that I have dark mode. Try and keep this thing on the road. Can't see nothing back there. You know what? Actually, 34 is too fast for this old Harrow, those old bearings. I'm gonna back her down here. Let's go about to about 20. 20 can handle. We'll spin those old bearings right off those wheels back there. We go that fast. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me for the day. And again, we literally go from one job to the next job to the next job to the next job to the next job until freeze up. What's freeze up? Freeze up is typically when the ground freezes solid, and the ground will start freezing probably, well, it completely can depends on weather, but normally mid-November to the end of November, something like that. And basically what that means is it just doesn't get above zero anymore, and the ground freezes up rock hard, and all field work comes to a halt, and then we just go trucking. And what do? We just go trucking, like trucking until about, I don't know, March, and then we start seeding and we do it all over again. Oh man, good thing I love what I do. All right, you guys have yourself a good one. Thanks for following.